is now. So
Hey
welcome
guys,
to
we are being
Adult Conversation
recorded.
with the
Um,
Butterfly Queen. So I just introduce her. That's just what I do. So I am introducing my friend, the Queen, the sex and relationship coach guru, the what should I call her? The aphrodisiac of the night, Butterfly Queen.
I love you. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, this is our fourth Zoom, I believe. And with previous Zooms, I've allowed them to be kind of free speak. Let's free speech. Let's let us talk and share what we were feeling regarding love, sex, and relationships. With this Zoom, we're going to focus on some specific topics, but I cannot move forward without thanking a couple of kings who came forward and met with me in a private space and place, and that's Ajani and Danye and Benita, where we had a private session discussing what it is that they really want and look for in a relationship. And it was an awesome, I guess it was a foursome. We were looking for a threesome, but it was a foursome. I love foursomes. James, we were trying to make it a fivesome, bro.
How we missed that?
I was trying to make it a fivesome. I've never been a part of a fivesome, but James is going to be with us next time. But Johnny, Danye, I thank you guys, because we had a wonderful quad thing going on. We talked about, what it is, what are the barriers to women finding the men that they want, the things they want, the relationships they want. And I am going to dedicate these first few moments of this Zoom to thanking you guys for being candid and open. And I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about y'all's asses for all week long, and I want to share some of what we talked about. The women who were there. Did you ever get a chance, Shelly, to peek at it?
Yes, I did.
Aren't my guys amazing? I'm like already trying to be sexy and hot and kind of answer the call to what they want, because it's really not that much. But it's there. I didn't realize my roles were not a barrier, because I wouldn't have been like doing all this like keto and other bullshit. But thank you guys very much. Are you here, Ajani?
I'm right here.
All right, come speak, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Go ahead. Kind of share the stuff we talked about, but I really appreciate you. I honor you. And I actually am going to dedicate a whole show to what we talked about and give the queens a chance to kind of, answer the call. I want you.
Okay.
So what did you think about our conversations, and kind of share some of the highlights of what you talked about? We talked about what you want, what's really important to you.
I mean, I thought it was a good, open, honest, conversation. I was interested to see what the responses would have been, because we kind of put ourselves out there for that,
right?
So like I said what I had to say. I'm just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, I watched it. Well, I was there, and I tried to be quiet throughout the interview because I wanted to hear from you and Danye about what you had to say. But it was, again, like Marsha, I appreciate the candidness.
I do.
And what was really interesting for me, and that, like, some women, like I know a lot of sisters who, we spend a lot of time getting our feet done, getting our nails done. And, we feel like this is, some women feel like this is what the men want. And I appreciated that you all said that, that's nice, but that ain't a
That
necessity.
ain't what,
You
yeah.
both said that.
I could
I
save you
appreciate that.
$65.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't get my nails done. I'm a farmer now, so I play in the dirt, with my raw hands, so I don't bother to do that. But I
Right.
appreciated that, and Diane made a really good point too about sisters, and I text him to see where he is, because I wanted, if he wants to say something about it. But he was saying that there are some sisters, okay, who are caught up in the
Financial.
the men need to make more money. And at what point, do we kind of switch that? Because I mean, at this point, if I'm 50-ish, and so some of the older men are retired now. So the money that they're bringing in, I make more because I still go to work every day.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And so, at what point is that not a thing? Do we ever, is that ever not a thing? Because I look at, if let's say we want to have this future and we want to have this house, he already got that. He may only be bringing in $3,000 a month on his pension, but he already got this house, and so that's something I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about this rent or mortgage or the gas bill, none of that, because he's been doing that forever. So I can still make my money. So, do I really need him to make more money than me? So, but so I mean, I really liked it. And it, to me, what they put out there, they kind of evened the playing field. I don't feel like I have to compete with these hourglass women, anymore. I can be a little thicker in the middle. My zero shape is it's okay.
It's pretty damn hot. It's pretty hot. What I loved about the conversation was, one thing I learned, and I've been relationship coaching for, I keep saying 18 years. It's now been over 20 years, that I've been researching what makes us connect, what makes us fall in love, what is attractive to us. I learned that all that physical stuff that we put all that money into, Danny's like, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Show up with your t-shirt on and your and what was it? It was t-shirt, no, your white beater and your
Wife
drawers
beater.
on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And your wife beater. I was like, oh, okay.
That only costs like $11 with the boxer shorts, and I've been spending money on I've been spending money on the I've sold lingerie, I've sold sex toys and all that kind of thing. And not that was only for the men, but I wanted to be appealing and sexy. I'm worried about my middle roll and all my little flappy pieces, but they ain't arguing about that. We're competing for that. And Donnie said something to me that really carried me with me throughout the entire week. And I was pissed off. I wanted to punch him in his face, but it was so true. It's like, y'all women fighting. You're fighting each other. You're arguing with each other, and we ain't into all of that. Isn't that what you said, Donnie? I can't remember the exact quote you said, but it made me sad and angry, but it made me recognize that we competing over some shit. Y'all ain't even like on that playing field. We're arguing, we're fighting each other instead of, really aspiring to like what it's all about is like being connected. I just wanted to dedicate these moments to being so thankful for the conversation. And those of us who are on our page, and I'm going to be pushing it more because I now have a marketing person, people want to hear these conversations, and I'm so thankful for them. Danya was something. Danya talked more than ever. You know how Danya acts all cool and stuff like that, like it's about the coochie. Well, that night he talked from the heart, and I appreciate that. Y'all there with me?
Oh yeah.
Don't let me mesmerize it. And James, we missed you, but I know you have a lot to say. Oh, guess what, James?
Yes, ma'am.
We got something planned for you. Me and B gonna have a menage a trois with you. B,
Girl.
B, tell him.
Uh-oh.
Don't be scared. We want you to come with
Don't
your
be scared.
All right.
We
your
thought about it.
literary works, the art, and everything. So
That's right.
we're doing a whole
artwork,
art
we
show.
want your erotic words, because we ain't scared of you. We've been preparing ourselves for you.
I loved what I heard though because I did watch the stream later.
Mhm.
And as you're saying, Marsha, I think one of the things that we do have to do to establish the type of relationships we want is stop competing, and get to where we're on a level playing field, because we both want the same goal.
Right.
And let's just end the whole competition thing and just, get that groundwork established to, level it out.
Right.
And I think just to piggyback off of what James said, about the competing, it is perfectly true, what Ajani and Danya said about the women. We look each other up and down like what she got on and why she don't have her nails on. It's us. I know I walked in plenty of rooms and the women are like inspecting me from head to toe. I love thrift shops. I'll pick up a thrift shop bag. I see some cute shoes over there, and guarantee you, if I want to talk to men in the room, I don't have an issue with that. I never had an issue meeting men without being designer down or
No,
without.
ain't no man ever said, I don't like you because you don't have no Chanel bag,
Yeah,
I've
my
never
hair
had a man,
sometimes be looking crazy. It's still the same.
I've
I
never
was
had a man
afraid.
get up and say, oh my God, you're too fluffy. And I had to think about that. I had to think about that. So I just really wanted to dedicate the first part of our discussion today to them, because I really appreciate them, coming and just saying the truth. And I want to run that over and over and over again. As we move forward with, this learning this Zoom and me doing a lot of this media platform. Benita has a new relationship Zoom that's coming to play. And we're going to try to really, really figure out on all fronts, from religious, social, spiritual, emotional ways to try to somehow get this shit right. Because it's enough. It's enough.
That's
I spent the afternoon with Danita, my other Queen sister friend, and we were laughing and talking about, like, what the hell's going on? We had to recognize the pain that we're going through right now with all the social upheaving, with, the COVID stuff. My kids went out protesting. Benita, for the first time, this is my cheer queen. My queen is always on 100. Marsha, I'm going to go out and work in my garden because I'm feeling some shit, And I think with all that said, our relationships are going to be more important than ever before for me. I know for me that is the case. I want connection. I want love in my life. I want longevity. I don't want to be fucking arguing with you. I want to just love you, love on you, and that was important to me. I appeared on someone else's show this week, and I don't know if anybody was able to see the link. It's going to be made public, but it was about self-love, and it was always it was covering relationships as well. Tonight, I wanted to dedicate this Zoom to was it polyamory? The idea of open relationships. I don't care what kind of relationship you're in. I want us, especially us, my friends, us, to be in relationships that work for us, And my subjects I present are just kind of giving us an opportunity to discuss the possibilities of these relationships. Not that we may like them, but letting you know what's out there, what's appealing to other people. They're really kind of up for discussion. I had a queen hit me up and say, I don't think I'm going to come to the Zoom because I'm not into this open stuff or whatever. I said, doesn't matter. You need to voice your concern with the open stuff or the open relationship or what you think it is. And, let's just talk about it. How do you guys feel?
So I'll say something. Hey, everybody.
Hey, baby.
So I think what it boils
Say
down.
your name. Say your
This
name.
is Latika.
Hey, Tika.
Hey, is that it comes down to, so going back to the about women in competition, um, and the last thing that you were saying is that it comes down to security. So security with ourselves and what we think about ourselves. I mean, because we've always been judged, Black women, we've always been judged by other culture standards. So now you have some people who want either a certain social status level or professional level, and then socially, people want to judge us. And so when you're in a place that you're being judged and maybe lower self-esteem, then you feel a certain kind of way, like, why are they looking at me? One of the issues that I had when I was younger, so I fell into that category. So so I think that as, I've gotten closer to being 50, okay, over 50. I had that big birthday party a couple of years ago. So
go home, baby girl.
So, when I was younger, at first it was about, I was just shy. And, I never really wanted people to look at me. And it started from being a teenager when men who were being appropriate in their comments. And that always felt uncomfortable to me. And I was a pretty small size, a thin person, dark skin, big eyes like I have now, and just average kind of build, I thought. But
were you busty? I mean, I'm just asking.
not
yeah, you were stacked up somewhere.
Not
Or asty. Asty is also a part of it. Were you asty or busty or?
Neither at that time. I think I was average at that time. The busty just didn't come after kids. But from the comments that, just the whistling on the streets, and just comments like that always made me feel uncomfortable. So for me, it was like a security thing. And then so I'm using the security as a theme for my comments. And so the security, so when you were talking about with I'm gonna say older kind of guys, Benita, you were talking about that. There's also a sense of security. So for me, they don't have to have a whole bunch of material things, because I don't know, I feel like more interested or interested in them because of experience.
Okay, so what you're saying is based on your experiences and the way you felt coming up, your desires more target men who have experiences other than the physical attraction or the physical wanting of you, but you want a man with experience. So what are the experiences attract you? Am I right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to tie it up for you, because
yes,
for a minute,
thank
you sexy, cute, you got big eyes and that brown skin, sometimes we don't know, especially when we're coming up, what attracts people to us. I remember I always had a big old butt. Always, I don't care what size I was, from a 10 to a 20, it was that. And I didn't know, oftentimes was my face, my butt, or whatever that was attracting. And sometimes it attracted attention that I didn't want, But the thing was to never allow, never allow that to, can you all see me? Oh, I got a phone call coming. I don't want this phone call.
That's keep frozen.
Because I got a phone call coming in, I'm trying not to have.
Oh, yeah, you good.
I don't know how to stop the phone calls. But, when you're younger, you don't know why people are attracted to you. You don't know what attracts them. And I didn't even understand what I was attracted to. So now Tika, what you're saying is that you arrived to a place where no matter what attracted them to you, you're attracted to something that's more stable. You're
Yeah.
more am I saying it right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and how do you attract it? How do you like kind of hone it into what it is you want? You know, and I think a big part of it is what you identified. You know, when I was talking to Johnny and Danye, and I know James, what they love about us is shit we could never even imagine. It's not the looks, it's not the lipstick color, it's not the nail color, or I mean, you know, the waist or whatever. They want your fluff. They want your real, is what I'm understanding. And am I right, Johnny and James? And if Danye's here,
What is James saying?
I'm trying to let the guys in. James.
Absolutely. We do. We're attracted to your whole being, your whole essence as women.
You know, man, like I said, go ahead, guys.
No,
Come
I
on
was
in.
gonna say in regards to like being attracted, you know, I mean, I have a wide range in regards to physical attraction. And to be quite frank, you know, it's the physical which draws us into the everything else. But you know, for me as I get older, the things that I wanted as a 20-year-old man, I don't want as a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, we
So
talked
it's
about that,
not as
right?
important to me. Right. You know, so I think as we try to get into relationships in this stage of our lives, you know, we need to take an inventory on self and then see what it is that we want to add or not have within our inventory. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what you want or who you are, you ain't gonna never be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake eyes, and all that shit, that ain't gonna fulfill whatever it is you don't know that you missing. And how I'm supposed to fulfill that shit and you don't know it.
I think one of the things, I mean, what you're saying, Johnny, and to Latika's point, you know, what the women who, you know, shut down the room and turn their heads and suck the air out are the ones with the confidence. And, you know, I'm 4'11" and a half, but when I walk into a room, I'm 5'7" all day. Because that's what I want to be. And I know how to bottle this Benita-ism up, that I can, you know, I can do what I need to do in this room. And I just think it's a confidence level that once we get to, you know, we already know. And, you know, if I want to, and one thing like with this COVID is hurting for me. I got to figure out, I've watched enough America's Next Top Model that I know how to smile. Jesus. Because when you covering up my smile, because that was my weapon, you know, I could smile at you and get you to give me everything I want. Now you got my smile covered up, so I got to figure out how to snaz at your ass, you know, to make you still give me what I need.
Exactly.
You know, there are more ways. There are more ways than one to smile. You can smile with your eyes.
Yeah.
If you are intent with your eyes, you can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because men will pick up on that shit. You know, but when you're afraid to give eye contact, how can you do that part? You dig what I'm saying? So that confidence that you spoke of, that's the thing that you know, who is that woman? You can tell by the way a woman walks how confident she is. You can't fake that shit.
You know what I realized, Johnny?
You can't fake it.
That I'm sorry. I think that's so powerful what you're saying. I know what my issue has probably been was that I am such a dead girl. I'm such a dude that I never really worried in my life about whether I was attracting a man or whether I was attracted to him. That was my issue. I don't care how much you like me or you're into me. Am I attracted to you? And if I'm attracted to you, I'm gonna give you the eye. I'm gonna give you the walk. I'm gonna give you the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So it be you're what be Benita, you said you were like 4'11".
4'11" and a half.
Okay, and I'm
half.
5'2" and
Right.
3/4. So I like going out B because we about the same, you know, in the same height range. And we wear our heels, and I don't ever remember us. And in the last 6 years I've known her, us walking into a room and not attracting attention. And not that we wanted to, but we was like into each other. We were into having a good time. I'm like, I had no issue with, hey baby, how you doing? You know, it was just me being me. So it was interesting to hear what Johnny and Danye said, and I know James and how he rolls, but I don't think maybe I need to be concerned, but I've never really worried in my heart if I was attracting men. You know, I felt I had to feel good within me. If I felt pretty, I had a pretty damn good day. If I felt like, girl, these underwear are so fucking uncomfortable, I couldn't concentrate on nothing but the underwear. You know?
I've known at least 3 females on this forum for a year. Marsha, Shelley, Tony, and I've always thought all of them were extremely attractive.
Oh shit, James, you ain't never
Oh,
said nothing. You
shoot
could have been
now.
married.
Seriously. But
Tell us now.
as,
We like,
as,
damn, listen to
as my brother Johnny said, though, seriously, the initial attraction is always physical, right? When you see somebody, like men see women and they, oh, I like a smile, I like the eyes, I like the butt. I'm a butt man. I'm gonna tell y'all that right off the top. I like
James, you never said that when you were in high school. You never told me that.
you know. But
Hey, James.
as you age and you mature and you really come to yourself and grow into who you really are, all of that strips away, and then you really find out who you are and what really and truly attracts you as a person. And right now, honestly, for me, definitely it's intellect. It's intellect first and foremost. Intellect is the sexiest thing in the world to me. If I can get to having a really, truly intelligent conversation with a woman, that's major turn on.
Right.
That just major turns. All the superficial gets stripped away when I can sit down with you and you just really coming at me on major intellect.
Right, right. And I think at the
Hey,
end of the
bro.
day, go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you why. Hey, James, you know what I mean? You can hang out, bro. Cause you you an ass man. For me, I like them big old. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna be in no competition this year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But see now, and then 2, you're absolutely right. An intellectual conversation is probably one of the most sexiest things that can be presented to a smart man. But I'm saying that it's so hard to get to the conversation because of all the barriers.
Put the button away.
Yeah, the butt is in the way.
James go put the butt in the way.
You got
James,
the big old itties.
Well, see, well,
But you know what? But that's a great point because you know I was raised by my dad, just like you, Marsh, and Shelley. My dad always told me, "Pretty, you ain't getting nowhere with that shit. You better be smart." You know,
Right.
and
But
he always stressed it. I better be smart. You know, because it's like Latika spoke earlier. There were always older men saying inappropriate shit. I mean, I was a B cup in the 6th grade, so I always had some titties. You know, so you know, probably a C by the 9th grade. You know, but just always busted. You know, so people always said inappropriate shit, but I was like, your ass better be smart. And so
Exactly. You know, and I always had the bottom. Before I even.
well, For me,
Understood I had the bottom. All the girls, Snead girls got the bottom.
right. I had to come into my own because Marsha can tell you I've always been a little girl, and so here I am, this little girl, a very petite girl, but like you said, I always had an ass. Even when I was a size 3, I had an ass, but I also had lacked that confidence
Intelligence.
as being dark skin, glasses,
Yeah.
and boy body. You know what I mean? So I had to really learn,
To love.
right, self-love first of all, because I always felt I was too I was out of my sisters. I'm the sportsy one. I'm the one who played the sports. I ran the track. I played the baseball. I played the softball. I played the
Got in the most
football. All
trouble.
that stuff like that. Right. I drove a truck, a semi truck. I actually worked a jackhammer, all that stuff like that, So I was my dad's girl boy, you know what I mean? So, but I had to and I did stuff like that. I love my sports, don't get me wrong, but I think I did boy stuff per se to kind of not to be so much in the spotlight of men per se, because I just didn't know how to be that, and I didn't learn that until I got older. First of all,
Marsha taught you.
yeah, well, Marsha was one of those. You gotta wear makeup. You gotta put this. I'm not putting this.
Oh, by
shit
the
up.
way, guys,
We
hold on.
fought.
Shelly's my little sister. Shelly's my
Oh
little
yeah.
sister.
So
And
we fought.
we grew up raised by our daddy. We did. We grew up raised by
Right.
our dad. So all of us can
Right.
drop an oil pan. We can do electrical work and that kind of stuff. But I was the girly girl that I was the girly girl by choice.
Right. And I
I
was the
could
boy girl
I could
by
I could
choice
change the
because I had
tire and all
activity.
that kind of stuff like that. But she was my sister right under me.
Right.
Well,
And
that may be the difference for me because I didn't grow up with. I mean, I had one in my life and also a stepfather, but I didn't get that love from the stepfather. He was really like somebody who should not have been in our life.
Uh-huh.
And then my parents, they got divorced, so I didn't always have that. But early on, I did would have considered myself a daddy's girl, but when as a teenager, that that kind of thing was not there. So looking back, I know that played a definite role in my choices. So you're talking about it didn't matter what they thought, right?
Right.
But it to me it mattered.
true.
It mattered to me at the time. But I do think that I've had daddy issues.
You know what I'm sitting there thinking?
I've had daddy issues.
I'm not ignoring what you're saying today, but I am so excited about COVID being lifted and us going out and being chocolate beauties and sexy as we are. I'm serious. It's about how you feel. My dad didn't give us, we had no hair bows, no butterflies, nothing like that. It was like, girl, grab the end of this refrigerator, we taking it down the basement. And it was Shelly, myself, and my father raised 5 girls. So we didn't get the girly stuff. I'm the one that brought home to my sisters, I never knew about pretty. I just knew that I was loved. I never knew about, and James was around all my childhood. No guys was really allowed to talk to us. My father was a community dad to everybody. And I didn't know, I thought I was ugly for so long. And I didn't know my father was threatening to kill people. I didn't know that. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was unattractive. I thought I was too fat, too short. My butt was too big. So I never knew about being sexy, sensuous, or whatever, because my dad had already put out there that he would kill people and that he didn't want anybody.
I kind of rebelled against my father.
I can't hear you, Shell.
I kind of rebelled against what my father actually wanted me to do. I was the one who snuck out the door at night, climbed a tree, and went to the city at 15, 16 years old. When he told me not to. I was that one who my father drank, what did you drink, Marsha? Johnny Walker. And I'm 15, 16 years old, out drinking. So he challenged me to like, oh, you want to be grown kind of thing. Let's take a shot. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then, but he's like, he would say to me, don't no man wants a woman who's going to toss him back like he tossed him back. And I should tell you, I like my beer. I still like my beer. I went to the inauguration. She's going to tell me don't drink beer. But the Obamas were drinking beer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, Marsha's like, you got to put some lipstick on. Put a little bit of makeup. I'm like, no, I'm not doing all that. Fix your hair. And you got to look this way. I'm like, no, I don't. And she was like, well, you always like a little boy. And I'm like, well, if you ain't going to like no little boy, then I don't care. That's how I'm
No,
going to be.
no, that's not true. But the whole
No.
point was, I'm not getting kicked out of the club because you like you're 12. That was my bottom line. It
I'm
wasn't about
Team
you being
Shelley.
cute or not cute. It wasn't about you being cute or not cute. You want to hang out with me. We get to the place and they're like, oh, little boy, you look like you're 2. And we had to go back, get your license and all that kind of stuff like that. I'm not doing all that. I got my lipstick on, my heels on. If you want to hang with me, this is how we roll. But I wanted to move on to say, like I said, I began the beginning of this to kind of thank Johnny. And I think I want to continue to do some Zooms, talking to the brothers about what it is, because I think women get so confused as to what attracts men, what we are willing to do or not do to attract men, because I'm not willing to do all that extra work. I want to naturally be and to naturally attract somebody that feels me. And I think that's what's good for both of us. I think when we ask men what you want, what you're attracted to, I want to know. And what I really want to know is what I have to offer in alignment with what you might want. It's not that I'm really going to change or I'm going to rise to whatever occasion. It's just like, are we in sync? A lot of women are spending like $90 on the nails and feet and these lashes and stuff like that because they want to attract. And the men don't really give a shit about that, because they give a shit about your character, your self-confidence, and your conversation, and what your mind energy is saying, And that's what I got from the men that I'm attracted to, because I'm attracted to them. They're like, okay, they're the kind of men that I want to be involved with. So you can meet superficial guys or people who have different needs. But my thing for women, and based on what I heard from these amazing men, is you find somebody that's in alignment with what you bring to the table. You got beautiful eyes, Tika. You got beautiful chocolate skin, Tika. You're intelligent. You have all these things going on. So you want to connect with somebody that sees you're beautiful. My sister, Shelly. Shelly and I are sisters. We are so close. We do almost everything together sometimes, but we're different. I don't try to make her me. She doesn't try to make me her. I'm the big sister though, but and B with her bold, beautiful lipstick on, her all that shit she got going on. The whole idea is this is who I am. So I would hope that we would want to attract a man who sees the beauty in us. And I want to attract a man that I see the beauty in. That's it. Bottom line, I'm not doing all the extra shit. It's too much now. Anybody have anything else to say? I'm going to segue into our next conversation.
Anybody?
Ready to go.
Again,
Did I summate it? Is that it? Is that it, guys?
We want.
Johnny had to go, so he fell off.
Oh, baby.
I think really too, though. We really want that person that we can just be ourselves with. We want that comfort level above all else. If I'm around you, Marsha, Shelly, Tony, like I said, I've known y'all forever. But still, I have that comfort. I know I can just totally be myself with you. Right? And I think that's what we want in relationships. We want to be totally comfortable with the person that we're with.
Right.
You should be able to just strip. That's why I like the thing that I wrote in the Butterfly Queen about being naked.
Oh, I fell in love as hell.
That
I was
person that
clothes
we
off.
can truly be mentally or whatever naked with, and just have that total level of comfort.
Right. Right. You know, not have to worry about the extra whatever pounds or whatever's going on. That's so superficial. You know, we say it. Um, we still go out in society and present and try to present what we think is wanted. But I think the more we get comfortable with self, and the more we start to shed away the desire to be so pleasing to others, I think we'll find that connection. Today's Zoom, we were talking about open relationships. And I had a couple people that were scared to come today because they're like, oh, I'm not into that. I don't understand that. I study all types of relationships. I don't endorse any particular type of relationship. I don't yuck anybody's yum. But the point of my Zooms and the point of the work that I do is to kind of see what's out there, to give you a peek of the interviews I do, the people I connect with. Is not to kind of sell you on a lifestyle, but to give you an idea of what's out there, you know. And you know, sometimes we are in relationships that we don't even realize we have not identified as what kind of relationship they are. And you know, all I want to do is let's just talk about it. It's not dangerous, guys, to talk about what's going on out there. You know, I think we're all at
You
the
know,
age where,
Marsha, I've been in an open relationship. You know that.
who
First of
told you
all,
that? Who told you you were in an open relationship?
you know I'm an I want. First of all, I live here
I
in.
coach Shelly. I am Shelly's relationship coach over the years, and through everything that she's ever been through. And we were talking one day, and I was like, well, you seem like you're in a pretty good position. I said, if you have to identify what you're in, is you're in an open marriage. Oh no, not me, not ever. And
We're
I
not
said, well, why is that a bad thing?
No, because okay, this is how it goes really. So I said to Marsha, you know, friend and I are, you know, we're not like together. She was like, well, why not? I'm like, well, because I really want to be with somebody local versus somebody long distance or whatever. Oh no. You guys been together so long. I'm like, yo, but I mean, we're friends. We're gonna always be friends, but that does not mean we have to be in a relationship. She said, well, you're not. You're actually in an open marriage. And I just giggled. I laughed. I'm like, no, he has to understand that, you know, I'm going to move on, which he doesn't understand that I'm going to move on because he's having a hard time dealing with the separation, you know. So, and but that's not what I want anymore. But he just cannot let go. Marsha tell you, he just does not. He cannot let go.
But you know, and I
And
told her that she was in an open marriage because she ain't letting go either. It's been like what? How many years?
yes,
10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
Um, he may satisfy financial, social,
Yeah,
economic,
yeah,
all these other needs, emotional
yeah.
needs that she has, knows her, has never not been there for her. And she, no matter how tough she talks, I said to her, you never really turn him down and out. I said, your ass is in an open relationship. Sorry, you know, open marriage. It doesn't matter
The
what you're
open
searching
marriage. That's
for,
what
or
she said.
he hasn't committed to you. It's an open marriage for them. I mean, you need a house, a car. I'm willing to sign a lease for you. Your ass is married. Hello?
Mm,
I mean,
no, I'm not.
so in talking
No,
about
but
open,
like I said, I know about being in an open relationship, which, like I said, so these past 2 years, you know, I have not allowed him to come and visit me.
not
But
true,
I can. No, he hasn't been down here.
January.
I've been there. Remember?
Okay, but no matter where you met,
Wait,
I'm
no, no,
still
no,
there.
no, 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 no. When I'm in Virginia, I don't know who tells him I'm coming to Virginia, but he seems to find out I'm in Virginia. I don't know whether he talks to Marsha or not, but he seems to find me when I come to Virginia. And no matter what family function or whatever, he is there and whatever. But that's that. We talk on the phone, we have a good time, and that's that. But I say to him all the time, like, I'm really, you know, looking for someone here in Florida. He's like, absolutely not. Like, no. No.
Okay.
But
Well, I want to move on.
I do have a new friend, but he has a hard time accepting the fact that, well, the one in Virginia has a hard time accepting the fact that I'm dealing with somebody here.
Well, like I
But
said,
can
you
I
have
ask a
to.
definition, Butterfly Queen? So Shelly's saying open relationship, you're saying open marriage. What's the difference?
The
But
marriage
I was getting ready to ask that question.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to know the difference.
Open relationship is mostly sexual. It's where two people are together and they decide that it's okay for the other person to be sexually engaged in other people, and they have their little boundaries and their rules. It's just a relationship that's kind of open. We're still dating. I think it is still dating because I would never be in a committed open relationship for me personally. An open marriage is a little bit deeper. It doesn't mean that you have a physical paper of marriage, but I can count on you for those marital things. I'm getting ready to be evicted. My child is sick. My relationship is here. This other man I'm dealing with is causing me fever, and I'm afraid. That man steps up as a life husband to you and does life husband things, or you step up and you do life wife things for that person. There's a difference. If I'm in an open marriage and I'm just dating somebody, it's like, okay, you do you, I do me, we get together, it's wonderful, it's good. But in this particular relationship with who we're talking about, it's deeper than that. It's deeper to the point where he's made, and no matter whether we want to keep him or not, it doesn't matter. He's made life committing acts towards her, and no matter
That's
what
true.
she says,
That's true.
she
I
does it
can't
to
deny
him.
that. I really
She
can't.
does it to
I
him.
can't.
And I asked that because I think, like, what do we define? Like, I don't, when I think about the word marriage,
Right.
just taking that word, that's some terminal shit to me. Like,
Yeah.
I can be on your health insurance. I mean, that's the real shit. I don't care about you signing this lease because the lease ain't got to last for 12 months.
Right.
But I'm going to be on your health insurance. When you die, I want that pension and Social Security, vice versa. I mean, that's the marriage shit. And
right.
so, and so that's why I asked the difference.
Okay, so the reason why I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Okay,
people are
let me go back. And she's right. I mean, I have to, I fight her in this all the time because I'm like, I don't want to view it like that or whatever. But I can tell you, I'm not. He has his own business. You know what I mean? So I can't really be on his health insurance. But I can tell you when my hospital bill came, he paid it. If I need anything in this world, you know what I'm saying? And I can say, look, I need da 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 da. There's no, what do you need it for? Why do you need it? When are you gonna pay it back? None of that. He's like, okay, here you go.
And you know what? And I had to tell her because
that,
I know that.
She had to really break it down to me, but like I said, I'm very honest with him. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, but
he hasn't changed anything. He has not changed his loyalty. He hasn't changed his commitment. And no matter how slick you talk, you haven't changed your.
But if he died, do you get anything?
She probably will. I think.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I want to know. Because that's what I consider marriage. Because we have a lot of sisters that we connect with these men, and they are our husbands and shit, and then they die, and you can't pay your rent the next month because it went to his other wife.
I am definitely on an insurance policy.
Okay.
See, and B, when I just find that for her, it wasn't based on romance or things like that. It's like you guys have been swimming for this time, and it may not be everything that you want, but he's giving you all these wifey privileges. So, honey, for all intents and purposes, you're in an open marriage. It's not about the romance, the roses, all that kind of stuff. He has stepped up and done that. Now, if what you want is the piece of paper and the legality of it, so I think sometimes we talk about open relationships and open marriages. We kind of confuse it with, fidelity and closeness. Are you living in my house with me?
First of all, we can't get married because I'm still married to somebody else.
That's your problem, not his.
And it is. Wait. But
all right.
so, but I am. So, but like I said, my soon to be ex-husband anyway, that's another different story or whatever. But she's right. But I'm like, no, I just don't really. I mean, I don't want I guess I was trying to fight the fact that it is kind of like an open marriage, Marsha, or whatever. And she's right. Whatever I want, I can get from this man, no matter what. And like I said, I'm more than sure that I'm on at least one insurance policy.
Because I wanted this Zoom to be about understanding, the dynamics, not just of any particular relationship, but there are so many relationship types that we're in that we don't understand, and we don't give them value. And everything that you said that constituted a marriage for you, after I'm a relationship coach for real. I know when we plan, I know when we swimming or whatever. And in coaching Shelly, I sat and looked at all the dynamics of the relationship she had. I'm like, hell, honey, you in an open marriage. You're getting all the marriage benefits and things like that. And you are also giving yourself and time to this person. And it's a marriage. It's what, 10, 11 years now? I mean, you've done it. It may not look like the world to you, but it is what it is. And you could always choose to walk away if you want to. But I think it's important for us as women and men to somehow give definition to the relationships that we're in. So, because sometimes that way we can see the value of them. Okay. I'm very polyamorous. I can love 2 men at one time. I talk on the Zoom about how I could probably do very well in a threesome type relationship, 2 husbands and me, and it's not about the sex or anything. It's about, my energy level, my need for attention, and what I want. It's so important for us to identify who we are. Even with men, stop being so traditional. And Tika, you're beautiful, you're honorable, you're lovely. What is it that you really, really want? You want somebody living in your house, sharing leaving the toilet seat up? You want somebody, you got to cook with. I mean, if you want that, that's fine. You want compromise. You want, what it is we want. And I think sometimes we look at relationship styles and we allow it to identify our worth as women, because for a long time I personally wanted a traditional relationship. I was in a traditional marriage for 20 years, and up until very recently, I think COVID made me understand, like, I don't think I want all that shit. I'm still deciding exactly what I want. I've probably been in an open marriage myself for the last few years, but do I want to continue in it? I don't know, but it allows me to think and be open to the possibilities. Everybody here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
That's another good point. I think one thing that we have done as people in marriage, especially in marriages, we have been stuck in tradition. And we got to be able to, step outside of that box and say, well, I'm open to different possibilities. And I think that's what scares people.
But tradition works, though. Tradition works.
It does for some people,
works.
Shelly.
Well,
I'm just saying, I don't want people to think that tradition doesn't work and that you have to step outside the box and do something else. But tradition does work.
For me,
Rachel Satiafa. I want her to talk. She hasn't said anything.
I'm sorry, because I've been trying to listen a lot, and this is all good, but I'm just going to add that I think love and marriage and relationships are just not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal.
Right.
And I think that the first thing you have to do, and I'm talking about myself, is you really have to know yourself first. You have to be accountable for the things that you want and be sure what things you don't want more than anything else. When you realize those things, then you can have a greater love and respect for yourself. And then you put yourself in a position where you don't fall for everything that look good and ain't good. And you have a better chance to be more confident about how you go into relationships. And in that way, you have a better chance of having good relationships. And it doesn't matter who sees them or how they look to other people. If it fits you, if it's your thing, then it works.
Exactly.
So
It's
Exactly.
interesting that you say, because I think I shared before on here, one of the things that was in the Ask Butterfly Queen question that made me question where I am in like the relationship realm, like what do I want? One of the questions that Marsha posed was like, what are your non-negotiables? And because I did not have the energy to come up with any, I was like, because this ain't my focus. You know, it's like, I don't want the dude who, I don't need nobody to give me $300 because I need to figure out why the hell with all the skills I have, why I need his $300. I should be killing this by myself, you know, with my shit. So I need to focus on me and not worry about his $300 because that's just a minute. You know, that's not enough for me anyway. And so I was like, you know what? So I was so grateful for that post because it made me say, you know what? I ain't thinking about y'all. Y'all are utility. No offense, James. It's for the sex because I gotta focus on this girl right here.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, and I'm a lover. I love hard. I reach out hard. When my soul is connected to somebody, it's connected to them. But it doesn't mean that I'm neglecting myself. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm trying to rise to a level where I'm trying to look good or please you. It's about me. So I know that I can be in an open relationship. Just know that what you do, I can do. I may not choose to do what you do, but some need of mine is being satisfied, at least right now. May not be forever. May not be forever. I have really over the last probably 7-8 years moved myself away from that traditional desire of what I thought a relationship should look like. You know, how my love should be doled out. I give my love where I feel it. You know, I know if I'm being given what it is I need, it's cool with me. Doesn't mean it's the end all. Hell no. After talking to Johnny and Danye, which I thought their conversation was so candid and valuable, I realized, the reason I ain't got no damn buddies because I really don't give a shit what they think. You know, honestly, at the end of the day, I want to be cute. I want you to like my butt. I want you to accept my rolls. But if you don't, the rolls ain't going nowhere. The ass is still big. It is what it is. And I can still shut down a room. I can shut down a room if I choose to. You know, it may not be exciting to you, but somebody else will enjoy it. And that's what I think I want the women to understand. I want the men to understand, yeah, we want to please you. We care about what you think. We want to know why you're not connecting with us. But at the end of the day, if I'm not connecting with you and you're not connecting with me, you still going to be looking. You know, because I'm quality. I'm quality.
And I can hang out with people that don't meet all of my quote unquote qualifications. You don't have to meet all of those.
Your voice is something. It's something going on.
I still want you as a friend.
Danita, are you on speaker?
And we can do that.
Anybody hearing vibrate?
No.
Yeah, Danita's kind of, you're very distorted, babe. I don't think we understood most of what you said.
Tell her she's on some kind of speaker.
That. Well, I will always have. Am I
Danita.
on speaker? You can't hear me?
Yeah, you might have to change.
It's very distorted.
Yeah.
Try to change, take it off speaker maybe.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, honey. We can't hear you though. It's not
Let me
coming through.
see.
Let her work on her sound.
And Marsha, we lost your face. You
I
went
don't know
to,
why. I don't know what the hell
yeah,
Can
happened
you
with her face.
hear me?
we hear you, but it's very distorted.
Still?
It sounds like real
I don't know what it is. I
slow.
have it on a speaker and I took the speaker off.
Okay, this is
Okay.
better.
I will
We can
That's
hear
continue.
you
better.
now.
That's better.
So say all of that over.
Everything.
It's the internet. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
it
hear
just
it
goes in and out. Oh,
We don't see you, but we hear you now.
I was gonna say is I will have a relationship with meet all of those line item qualifications that I have. You can't? No?
No,
I
we
hear
hear
you
you.
now.
Oh, you can. Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you
we
said
can
you
hear
couldn't.
you. We can't see you, but we
It's
can
just
hear
that
you.
I will. You can't hear. You can't see me.
No.
No, your screen is frozen, but at least we can hear you.
But keep talking,
Well,
honey.
let me just. Okay. All right. So what I was saying is, a guy may not meet all of my my qualifications or everything on my wish list, but that won't keep me sometimes from dating him, spending time with him, being friends with him, maybe even having sex with him. But I'll just know that he'll never have all of me. He may not be the one, but I know for me, I have to have some kind of, I don't like to feel like I'm being dragged through relationships. I have to have some measure of control for me. And having a list of non-negotiables helps me in all of my relationships. What am I going to put up with, or what can I live with, and what in the world I can't possibly deal with at all.
Right, right. And I think that's what's important. I don't know what happened to my Zoom. I can't see anybody, but I hope you're all there.
We can see you.
Okay, good. Yes, I don't care because I'm learning this Zoom shit is crazy for me. But Benita, you're right, and I've been participating in about 3 Zooms a week, and they're all regarding relationships or some type of connection or what people are looking for. And I think, honestly, James, you're here with us. You're the only man we playing with tonight. But I came away this week. It's okay. You got like a foursome going on, bro. Tell everybody tomorrow. I've learned in these particular Zooms that I've been participating, and I've been trying to do different things. I don't just do any old thing, but just kind of listening and trying to rebuild my coaching brand and what I do. And I realized I'm damn good at what I do. I need to have more confidence in myself, but also I realized that there are so many type of rewarding situations that we could be in if we just let go of tradition sometimes, and I think, Shelly, you're right. Traditional relationships are not wrong, but I realized a traditional relationship worked for me when I was trying to have babies. I didn't want to guess who the daddy was. I knew that I wanted a traditional raising of my children. But now that I'm at a certain age, I don't know if I want to wake up smelling your breath every day. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Some days I do. Some days I don't. I want to be loving. I know that I want somebody I can count on when I need them. I know if I need gas money, I want to be able to say, bruh, I need like $20, Or, because like Benita said, if I need 300, I want to know that I can make it on my own. Or what the hell am I doing with my life? But in the end of the day, too, if I need 2,000 because I there's something, I had hard times, I like to know that if you don't have it, that you would give it. So my idea has changed, and today's conversation was going to really be more about polyamory and monogamy. Is it good for us? But I like that the conversation has come to this because I think it's more relatable to us. I think polyamory is scary for people. The idea of being open is scary until you realize, hell, I'm in an open relationship anyway, and it doesn't feel bad. I mean, it could use some tweaking or changes, or maybe this is not comfortable for me forever, but I could be kind of happy in this right now. So open relationships can work if we just understand how we want to work them. You know, it may not be the ultimate goal of a relationship, but sometimes they're not that bad. What you guys
One thing
think?
I kind of the one revelation that I've come up with in COVID is that, you know, I always say I want to get married. That's no secret
You
to
look so
you.
cute with that lipstick. I like that lipstick. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Slot pot. But I want him to live over there. You know, I mean, during this COVID that I'm like stuck in the house, I like being in the house. Now, I'm not in my house alone. Those of y'all who know me know I'm a caregiver of
Kids,
my
yes.
dad. And then two of my sons are here. And y'all know my sons, they're phenomenal. They could live with me forever because they're here, but they're not here. They're
Cool
quite
beans.
helpful and we have no issues. But I'm the queen of this castle. I run this here. And I just don't need nobody, you know, need nothing extra. You know, I give a lot here, but I run this. And so I do want that marriage, but you know, is, as I said earlier, it's not priority right now because I'm working on this person. But you know, when I want it, I kind of don't mind him living across town. I see him when I see him.
Yeah. And remember, you know what?
That-
And I've known you, Benita, for about 6 years.
Since
And your
13,
idea.
so 7.
Oh my God, I've been here that damn long. Anyway, and your idea has really kind of changed, and it has grown with you. My idea changed. I have been a married person. I was married 20 years to the love of my life. Left the marriage of the love that wasn't my life, but I always thought that I wanted that live-in with me mate, that turnover there mate. And I'm finding, and I know it was before COVID. I'm a butterfly queen. I'm a rose and romance, candlelight. I mean, so I realized, and I always said, I need let me tell you all, Danita can kind of co-sign for me. I lost a very valuable media job where I could have been making big money on a television show because I said candidly that I believed I needed 3 men in my life. It was distorted. It was taken out of pocket, but it was used against me. But I still maintain that from 2012 to now, that I would love to have the flexibility of having the 3 men. And we talked about it here on the Zoom. It wasn't sexual. It's more about me understanding that Mar has needs that need to be fulfilled. You know, and I'm like you, B, I don't think I even want that waking up every single day with you here, unless you can kind of assimilate into my life. I don't want to be the precious woman waking up in your house every single day, binge watching shit, making breakfast and dinner. I don't think I want that. I like when you come. I like when we want to be there. So I think that I could really adapt to that, honestly.
Like we go home too. So that's, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think what I learned too.
Time is at 10.
What you say, James? Say it again, James.
No, but I'm listening to what you ladies are saying too, as well. Like what Marsha and Benita are saying in particular, I think, especially in terms of polyamory and the whole open relationship type. I think loving your own space is a beautiful thing. You know, and I was married, and you do, after all of that ends and you're by yourself or something, you get a deep love for who you are as a person alone.
You get deep love for your space.
I love relationships. I truly do. Like Marsha, I'm an extreme romantic. I love relationships. I think the fear that a lot of people have with polyamory and those type of things, I think a lot of people view that in the sense of sex. Like as far as the threesome type of thing. They think, well, this is giving somebody a license to have sex outside of the relationship. And that's not it. I think people have to accept the fact that you are attracted to other people. And there may be a point where you want to explore other people intimately. And I think, you know, if that happens, you know, you have to, I'm trying to find the right words, but yeah, you have to either accept it or don't accept it. That's your choice.
But you know, James, I think that the older we get is that we all become more discerning. I know what I might have done in my 20s and 30s, I'm not doing now because I don't have the energy for that. And for me, my polyamory really doesn't have to do with sex for me. You know, I mean, it could lead to that, but it takes a serious man to get me in bed nowadays. It takes so much. It's not like just about how big you are or how much you talk. It's like, am I enamored with you? You know, I want a man in my life. I would like a life mate. Like I said, it looks differently than I thought it would, but I am so much more sophisticated in my sexual desires, in my desire to connect with somebody, my energy level, that I ain't gonna be all over the place anyway. I never was.
Right.
You know, so you know, like I said, the polyamory in me could be related towards a man, my children, women. I have so many different loves right now, you know, and it's not all sexual or geared to me wanting two men or whatever. And I mean, I still have fantasies about that shit. It would be like really amazing, but
I think so
it's
too.
not based on that. It's not based on that.
Oh, okay.
So I've been joking with you know the people I talk to on a regular basis, and like the joke is I'm in a relationship with the man next door, but he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
And it is kind of true, you know, because it's like he's giving me like this freedom. Like, okay, you know, he got this very nice backyard and I want to put a garden in it. And so he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna give you 12 by 6. I'm gonna build you a box. I'm gonna buy the dirt, plant what you want. So I was like, this is my husband, you know, and then he's fixing up his house. And so, you know, he doesn't live there. He just owns it. Nobody lives there. And so he's like, you know, I'm gonna fix up this house and we're gonna be hanging out. You know, we can have parties and stuff. It's like, okay, so he's like one of my
husbands
now, you know. We ain't gotta have sex. He gotta work somewhere else at their other house, you know, wherever she is, you know, but it's perfect. And so I feel that with this open relationship, but the issue that I have, and I guess this is a question that I have, because it seems as though women are more down with it. Men seem to be less. James, maybe you're the unicorn, but when you approach a man about this open relationship, they be like, bitch,
they go berserk on. They go berserk on.
But
exactly.
listen, I remember when my husband and I first separated, and I found that, you know, that he had this little ting that he was playing with or whatever, and I really wasn't upset because I was kind of happy he did. You know, he gave me a segue to say, bro, we done. So I said to him, I said, you know, I'm not even upset. We're in an open relationship. Honey, he lost his mind, quit the woman, no, I don't want you to do that. I like it like this. Pay the bills here, do what you want to do, come home when I allow you to come home. I like this. I like this combination. He fell in love with he wanted to talk to my sisters. Oh, your sister, this. No, I'm comfortable with this, bro. I am. And then when I became uncomfortable with it, you know, like I said, I just think it's such a beautiful thing when you accept relationships for what they are and be, like you said, you got a neighborhood man that's willing to give you a garden and host parties for you, kind of relationship with that man. And I think when I talked about, I think in earlier Zooms, I remember talking about circular dating. This is one of the products. It benefits men too. The circular dating piece is that you have a guy that, and I know you have a guy that will build a garden for you, provide a party place for you. You have somebody that you can call in the middle of the night when you're sick, okay? That you know, no matter what happens between you, your kids, your dad, whatever, he's your ride or die. He's going to be there for you. You in an open marriage, boo. You have a guy that, I mean, we have men. You
But
are.
I don't get that Social Security when he died, though.
But that's
Nope.
okay. You got to work on that piece. We got to work on the one who brings the Social Security for you. But like I said, I think if we learn to be happy, kind of in the joy that the relationships we have bring us, we're not going to be so thirsty. We're not going to be so starving for that traditional peace when all the pieces are being met. I've been pining and wanting and thinking that this is it and this is all. And I really, after talking to Danye and Johnny, and really honestly coaching Shelly, coaching different people, thinking, I said, hell,
You
what
act
I
like
got
Shelly
ain't
is
that
like
bad.
a hard person.
Huh? What
You
is that?
act like Shelly is heavy lifted.
But Shelly, because you know what? It's not hard with other people. It's hard when it's your baby sister.
I understand.
That's the whole piece. I don't have any problem coaching anybody else. Normally, my coaching sessions don't end in shouting or hanging up on anybody. But when it's your baby sister,
I was getting ready to say, come on now.
Shelly,
like,
that's
bruh.
how it ends.
And
That's how it is. First of all, let me no. Because I want to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And so she's like, well, no, if you do it this way, no. She says, don't quit him. Don't throw
the baby out with the bathwater.
That's what she said. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that anymore. She says, look, does he do? I'm like, yeah, well, keep him. I'm like, oh. But if I keep him, that means he's going to want to be around. You know what I'm saying?
I tell her to throw him out, but she don't anyway. So what the hell?
Then she says, well, let him be around when you want him to be around. So I'm like, that's the key. But see, like I said, now, I have like another friend who lives here where I am or whatever. But it's like, and I told him about my friend in Virginia, and he's like, cool.
Hey, B, B,
right.
But see, B, people who pay me don't argue with me. It's when your sister calls you and asks you a question, you give her an answer, you got to freaking argue with her. So my whole
Shelly,
thing is,
cash out her $5.
Damn. That's what I'm saying. I think that she
give
would
her
appreciate me. She would appreciate me if she cashed out $5. And she said, oh, I paid for a response. Because so any advice I give her is sister advice. But I want to wrap this up by saying that I think that, and Tika, you still here, baby?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I think that we should look at all, and just take a minute. Take this next week. We're going to be back up in 2 weeks on the other topic. But take an opportunity to look at the relationships that we have in our lives, those that we need to get rid of, but those that are serving some purpose, and give them a place. And you might end up in an open marriage with 2, 3, possibly 4 men that kind of complete you. And it could be anybody. I've learned that I found so much completion in other things. It doesn't mean that this is the end all and this is what I want, but let me tell you something. James, you're one of my husbands.
Thank you.
I ain't even charge you, but James is one of my husbands. He is a staunch supporter of anything I do.
Yes.
If I call James and I say, we haven't seen each other physically in about a year or 2. We went to my reunion together.
Yes.
James got to meet my mate at the time, and if I text James and I say, James, I'm going to be on this, I'm doing this and that, he's right there. That means so much to me. He's an amazing author, an artist. I respect what he does. I find it sexy. He can write a poem, and I swear to God, I don't care what nobody else says. I say, girl, this man sent this to me. I be lying, but he wrote it just for me. So that need, you have to look at how valuable. What'd you say, James?
I said like that one the other day.
Yeah, oh my God. Was that written for me, James? I know it was. I don't care what everybody else says. I told people lies.
I thought it was written for me. So, I don't know.
Thank you, Queens. Thank you. And love to my brothers that are not here. Johnny, I just want to say though, Johnny and Danye, I got a lot of love for them brothers.
Yeah.
Johnny and Danye, I got a lot of love and respect for both of them guys. Those are my brothers.
We're gonna try to
I love all of y'all, and I really want to keep this going.
Well, since we're recording it, like I said, it's going to be reposted. And like I said, some days the Zooms are going to be big, some days are going to be small. And some people are just too cool to even say anything on the Zoom, but it's okay.
Well, I think today is just a tough day.
Yeah,
We've had a
for
tough
me.
week
It
emotionally.
gutted me.
Black people. This has been tough. So
Yeah. So I want to wrap it up with B and I, and let me tell you something. The beautiful thing about my relationship with B, and that's Benita, Queen B, is that what has saved me in these years is that when I'm down, she's up. When I'm up, she's down. Today we were both down. I was like, oh fuck, I'm scared.
I'm telling you, gardening has saved me. I
was scared.
I started gardening a month ago, and it's been my therapy through COVID,
right.
And now this.
And Tika, you can join us, and Shelly or whatever. I mean, we got to get through this together. And I usually text B in the morning. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Queen. How you doing? We'll talk about either men or some other shit that's going on in life, our kids, our family. And they, she was like, I'm having it hard. I'm like, what the hell? My rock is having it hard? Well,
right.
Me too, girl. And she's like, I'm going to go garden. I'm like, all right. And I didn't have anything to say because she's usually the person that has the positive stuff to say for me. So I think through all of this, not are we only going to talk about love, sex, relationships, and having fun, but, feel free to reach out and let's uplift each other.
Yes. Well, this has been a great outlet. I value your opinions and advice. So it's been very helpful over the years, not only in this platform, because I'm like, oh yes, go girl, yes, I see you.
Living for my soul, right?
Yes, I'm like, oh yes, I want to be like her. In many aspects, the three of you. I'm only just meeting Shelly and James, but it has been great, and it's helpful to have this opportunity to hear what others have to say, especially as we're moving forward through our next stages and phases of opening
our quarters of life.
Yeah. But today was hard, and so today, I've just been processing the last 3 days. But I'm glad that this still what came about, that you did still offer this Zoom relationship talk. So it's been great for me.
Thank you. And like I said, I almost canceled it. And honestly, I had to jump out the bed, get on. I don't have lipstick on and nothing like that. I had to jump out of bed because I was going through it emotionally. My kids were out protesting. I wanted to pray that they got home safely. I hadn't slept probably since Thursday. B knows, we talked about it. But I like I said, I hope this relationship Zoom continues. It's not just about interpersonal relationships with men or women in our lives, but each other. When I relationship coach, I coach people on just kind of recognizing, honoring, and understanding all the relationships that we have in our lives. And those who know me or friends with me, Facebook or whatever, hit me up. Let's talk during the week. Because I need your energy as well. James, I love you so much. And when we do our Zoom, me and B were talking about our menage a trois with you, how we want it to go down.
Yes. So I'm going to learn, because I want to include your, as we mentioned earlier, your piece, your art piece, your visual art pieces, your literary work. So I'm going to work on how to make that work, and we're going to create a whole YouTube, because, at the same time as we're doing these conversations, we want to build more content for Marsha's YouTube channel. And, somebody had mentioned to me, Marsha, I didn't tell you this, but I can tell you now, it's not secret. Do more lives in the Ask the Butterfly Queen group. I know you do them on your personal page.
I've been asked to do that, and part of it is that, like I said, a lot of this COVID shit that I've been going through. And now that I know that, that y'all love me, because everybody got to feel loved. And beneath B, I can tell B, I don't feel loved today. I feel ugly. I feel fat. It's I want to, and I think it has given me life. I've been doing things that I've been working a regular 9 to 5. And Shelly will tell you, I never worked a 9 to 5 in my life. I've always owned my own, did my own. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm grateful, but it's taking so much energy from me. But since I know that I'm relevant and want to be heard, I'm going to start doing more lives. I did a interview on somebody's show this weekend. It was an awesome interview. I don't know if anybody was able to watch it. We're trying to, we recorded, but it wasn't, we cannot make it, we can't share it yet. So we're trying to get it shareable, but it was about sex, self-pleasure. And I like talking about things that we're doing. James, were you able to watch that?
Yeah, I watched it. It was great.
Can it not be? Is it like a technology issue that it
It was
can
a
be
technology issue. It should be available tomorrow. It was on a young lady's show that she had asked me to be on her show like months ago. And finally I said, I'll do it. You know, it was awesome. I respect her and love her as a woman. We talked about sex toys and pleasure and just, you know, all kinds of things. It was a little long to me, but I felt good doing it. I felt excited doing it. I don't know, James, what did you feel about it?
I loved it. I did. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really
James got
did.
to see me. He got to see me
Very
play
well
with a dildo and hold it and all that kind of stuff like that.
done.
You know, because I'm not scared to do nothing.
Antonina.
They got,
Well, my friend sent me, she works for Amazon, and she sent me a scalp massager, and she said she had 7 orgasms. I'll be
girl,
happy to share the scalp massager with you later.
Girl, let me give you my address so I can see you can send me one. I want to see what this orgasm is all about. Shit.
That's what I said. She said she had 7. Look, and the thing, it costs less than $20. I'm
oh,
like,
that's cheaper than a
Yeah.
date.
I'm about,
I'm like,
I'm
Tika, I
about
love
to,
your look, Tika.
I'm about to message you my address.
that's what I'm saying. Touchdown. That's what I'm talking about.
But you know,
Let's talk
yeah,
fine
so
about that.
doing different platforms has been entertaining for me because for a while I was like done. I was done. But I love what I do, and like I said, it's not all about sex. It's not all about male female relationships. It's about our relationships, how we relate to each other. You know, me and you, Shelly B, Tika, how and James, how we can embrace the sistership, the brothership, and talk about anything and make the world a better place. Be able to leave something for our children. We have,
Oh,
I know one
excuse
thing,
me.
we have some awesome kids because we probably talk to them, you know, and not everybody does. So I just want to leave with that. Big or small, I'm going to be here. I enjoyed this so much because I felt under so much pressure to perform, even though I spent half the day crying, mourning. We lost a very close friend in our family today.
Who is it?
Reverend Shantae's friend.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that girl like grew up in my house, you know. So had to deal with that. It's been a lot, you know, but we're, like I told my children, we're built for this. We're resilient people, and honestly, at the end of the day, I believe our relationships are the things that give us our strength. So that's the whole point of Butterfly Queen Relationship Talk. Is not just about sex, orgasm, even though it's a good big part of it. It's not about the type of relationship we're in, but making those relationships valuable and count for us. Okay? So guys, if nobody told you today, say it with me, I love you.
I love you.
And
It's time to put this on now.
oh my God, remember, you are way past more than enough and never settle for anything less than
Butterflies.
Butterflies.
Love you guys. We'll see you soon. James, love you, baby. We're going to be in touch with you.
Love
All
you.
right, bye.
All right. Bye-bye, loves.
Bye, guys.